I do want to talk a little bit about the guidance. It looks relatively strong there. And if you just don't look at the aggregate numbers and look at the growth rates, they do look like they are an improvement over what we had seen in the previous quarters. So what does a FedEx without FedEx freight look like to you going forward?
Well, there's still a lot of work to do, with FedEx, and they've been doing it, for a long time. It's been years, probably, I think, since FedEx has blown us away on the top line, right? Like the economy hasn't been, a tremendous driver of what the company has been doing, but they've moved to unlock some value here by moving the freight business into a separately traded, stock. And the company has consistently found ways to unlock value, whether it be in, cost cutting, buying back stock, getting more efficient in terms of their CapEx, which has been going on for years. But I would say the unique thing at this point in FedEx's history is, as an investment, right, is that the expectations were quite high. The stock's been up 80%. Over the last 12 months. So a little bit of a softer guide here is, is taking it down a bit.
Well, with regards to the investment side, I mean, you can't really argue with the share performance, but I am curious. I mean, you mentioned they've obviously done a lot of cost cutting. They have other initiatives out there designed to make this company more efficient. So there's a lot of operational changes that they've been making aside from the spinoff itself that seems to have at least provided some semblance of value, at least through the lens of public markets. Does that actually, at some point, in your view, actually translate to more growth, meaning an increase in volume and the volume of the business that they do?
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen it yet, right? We've been waiting for years, and we think they still have this opportunity to pick up share against UPS, who, continues to struggle, in the marketplace. But in the meantime, there's still rationalization ahead of us. FedEx in their physical plant. So that is something that, still, frankly, has got, 3 years of runway whenever we do get, around to this point where we get volume growth. It just hasn't happened. There's always, seems to be some headwind, whether it was a trade war, a year ago and tariffs, weighing on things, and then we get a war in the Middle East, and people get concerned, about the broader economy.
Yeah,
it's never all come together at the same time for FedEx, really, since COVID.
Well, I am curious, though. Is there an argument to be made that maybe we're kind of getting to the end of this cycle? I mean, who knows? I mean, we don't know where situation in Iran will go, where the economy is going to go. But given how long we've been dealing with this, and given that this is a leaner company and I guess in theory more operationally efficient, does that set them up for more of an upswing should we actually reach the end of the negative part of this economic cycle?
I mean, that's the goal here, right? That is the investment story, and that they have been consistently cutting costs, for years. And when we get some real top line momentum, the operational leverage will explode, and that there'll be a massive increase in margins. It just hasn't happened yet. All the focus has been on cost cutting and what's been sort of a blah, sort of outlook in terms of volumes for years. They've still found a way almost every time to deliver, despite at times having some conservative guidance.